welcome to a new episode of our program, Cultural Magazine, during which we bring you the latest cultural events that are taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned. Egypt is always keen on boosting relations with other countries, and one of the important keys for this relation and boosting it is the culture. So culture is linking Egypt to other countries.
On the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the Indian Republic Day, the Embassy of India in Cairo recently organized a reception to celebrate the occasion. The event was attended by senior statesmen, ambassadors, and various cultural and diplomatic figures in Egypt. A ceremonial flag-raising ceremony was also held at the residence of the Indian ambassador in Cairo, Ajit Gupte. The event was attended by members of the diplomatic corps at the embassy and members of the Indian community in Egypt.
We've gathered today to celebrate the 75th Republic Day of India in Egypt, and I'm very happy to see that we had a very large turnout. I think the largest turnout, more than 300 people, many ambassadors. We had two important Egyptian ministers who were present and who stayed with us throughout. So it is a wonderful occasion to celebrate India's long journey of 75 years as a republic. India was a British colony and we became independent on 15th of August 1947, and then we became a republic on 26th of January 1950. And well, because of the colonial rule, India was left as a very poor country. But over the last 75 years, we have made steady progress, and particularly in the last 10 years, we have progressed by leaps and bounds. And today the Indian economy is the fifth largest in the world with a GDP of $3.75 trillion. We are also one of the fastest growing economies, and we are likely to become the third largest economy. Now, today India is being courted because countries all over the world want to have closer and friendlier relations with India. And I'm glad that our relations with Egypt has also improved significantly. India and Egypt are two of the ancient civilizations in the world, and our contacts go back more than 4,000 years. And as in fact, even 2,000 years ago, there was messages being exchanged between the rulers of India and Egypt. And more than 4,000 years ago, there is evidence of artifacts from Egypt which have been discovered in India. So we also have very similar cultures because both societies value family ties. We have a lot of respect for elders. We are fond of traditional music, dance, and Bollywood is extremely popular in Egypt, and it is enjoyed at all levels. So Bollywood, the interest in Bollywood is another factor which brings the people of both countries together.
India, we have also great relations, like with Egypt, long time relations. For instance, I want to underline that we are members of United Nations, the three countries, India, Mexico, and Egypt, and we have worked together in very close themes of the international agenda, like within the non-aligned movement. Mexico was very close and is very close with India, with Egypt, with many other countries within the objectives and values and principles of the non-aligned movement and of democracy, peace, and well-being for everyone. We share those values strongly. Mexico and Egypt are the two countries in the world that combine greater civilizations, very old civilizations, and pyramids. The pyramids. So these links between our two peoples and countries are very important all around the world. So that's why I want to get together very close to the Egyptian people, for the Egyptian people to know more about Mexico and Mexicans, because we love you. I am very happy to be in Egypt. I find the people so kind, so beautiful. Every place I go, I find this character that also is similar to Mexican character.
India is about 1.5 billion, and Belgium is 10 million, so it's of course a difference in size, but we have good trade and it's very friendly relations. We also have good trade, but it should be even more. It should be even better. Well, they've got a very old culture, but for modern Egypt, from Muhammad Ali on, Belgium have been with them since 1838. The first diplomatic embassy was opened in 1838.
Congratulate all the Indian communities, of course, the Indian ambassador and his spouse for the commemoration of the 75th anniversary of India Republic Day, and to the Indian community living here in Egypt. 4,000 of them are working hard not only to enhance the bilateral ties, but to show us the resilience of the Indian people and their history and culture, which bind the two countries together for almost centuries. And I recall that our association is an integrated part of this effort, an effort which is continued between two important countries in their respective region, India in Southern Asia and Egypt in the Middle East and Africa. The association is doing all what it can to bring the two people together through culture affinity, through activities, through workshops, through training, dances, music, through also political participation, and as well we have our exhibitions, and we have a lot of traditional cultural activities and political maybe exchange, and I hope that the association will remain as a pillar to the success of our relations.
We have tried our best to make it work and to make it happen. This is the 75th Republic Day for my country, and I'm very, very proud of it. And we are celebrating it to the maximum in the best possible manner. I love Cairo. Cairo is more like India. I think we are more like brothers, and I have loved my stay so far. We've already been 3 years here, and I hope I stay more.
Egypt and India have a long history of cultural relations going back to more than 70 years of friendly ties. The Indian Embassy in Cairo is holding a celebration on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the independence of India. This is Abida Gindi at the celebration in Cairo for the Cultural Magazine.
The Cairo Opera House plays a significant role in the cultural movement that is taking place in Egypt. Please stay tuned.
Depicting dramatic stories of love, betrayal, and revenge, the two famous Italian operas have been frequently performed together in Cavalleria Rusticana. The frivolous Lula reestablishes a relationship with her former lover, whom her husband kills in accordance with an ancient Sicilian costume. In accord with the Cairo Opera House's cultural mission to revive world art classics and stage internationally acclaimed opera productions, the Cairo Opera Company presented two one-act operas, Cavalleria Rusticana by Pietro Mascagni and Pagliacci by Ruggero Leoncavallo.
I'm performing tonight the role of Nedda in the opera Pagliacci. Those are the clowns who are playing a show inside the show. Inside our performance, there is another show of clowns, those troops who used in the past to have their shows in the street, to build a small theater and make the show. So it's very special. And in the second act, we have some audience on stage for the small show that is in the performance. So we have a theater on the theater. It's very special. The story is simply talking about that any performance, any show, even the clown's show, is a copy of what we live in the real life. So I am the wife of I'm the main role, the female main role, the wife of the male main role, who is Canio, the clown. And many things are going on, betrayal and killing at the end. So I hope you will enjoy it. I don't want to say the whole story because I want you to enjoy it. It's the first time for me to perform this role, but I've been performing main roles for the past 26 years in Egypt and in France, in Europe in general, in the United States as well. So it always adds to our experience, and we learn a lot. So I'm glad to add this role of Nedda to my repertoire.
Pagliacci tells the tale of Canio, an actor who kills his attractive young wife Nida and her lover on stage during a performance. Both stories end with a jealousy-driven murder. The passionate intensity of their music has bestowed timeless longevity upon these two operas, which are until today core works of repertoire at opera houses across the world.
The choir is like can we say the body of the whole, like both plays actually, not just one. Okay, so it's really the belt that brings everything together. So I mean, it was so wonderful. It's very, very challenging. We had such little time to practice. Maestro Mina Hanna was great on getting things in order so quickly for us. Our schedule is quite busy as a choir, so getting it done in 3 weeks was definitely a challenge. But the music itself is so beautiful. The timing is so essential. The entry of the choir with the soloists, it was really challenging, but it's such a joy. When we're talking about the intertwining of the villagers with the story and attending, it's so like we are an audience, partly we are a family, partly as well, one play and then the other. So we're very integral when it comes to being there on stage with everybody else. My love for Maestro Nader Abbesi is indescribable, honestly. I will jump to any opportunity to work with him. We were so happily surprised when he decided to conduct these two beautiful plays, and it's just he's so meticulous and he's wonderful and he's so detail oriented and he knows where to help you when you need the help, and it's just really wonderful to work with him. We're all so very happy, honestly. The difference isn't that drastic, hence why internationally both plays are done together. They do have almost the same plot as a play. As you said, they both end tragically. So one is the death of the man who is the lover. The other one is the death of the wife who betrays her husband. So they're very, very similar, almost to the point where you feel like it's almost the same story, just different characters. How they differ musically, honestly, the detail of each one is the difference. That's it. How it's written is the only difference, honestly. But one is very meticulous and very joyful. The other one is very prayer-like, and we're talking about being in church, and it's Easter, and you know what I mean. So it's just the different moods of the stories. That's it.
The two productions are directed by Dr. Abdullah Saad with the participation of the Cairo Opera Orchestra under the baton of Maestro Nader Abbasi and the Cairo Opera Choir, coached by Mina Hanna, dances and choreography by Sharif Ramadan, lighting by Yasser Sha'len, and set design by Muhammad Abdel Razik. Opera singing is a fine art that combines strong voices and theatrical performances in a magical way. And since the founding of the Cairo Opera Company in 1964 and up till now, there is a massive increase of the audience whom are fond of this beautiful art. Shrouk Bikir, Cultural Magazine.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cultural Magazine. I hope you've enjoyed being with us. Please wait for us in the next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.